happy because this is the first time that we are having such an event in Mombasa County. And I believe we are going to achieve and get the results out of this meeting. Your Excellency, Mombasa City is a unique city. It is a city with 3 main roads. One from here to Lamu, the other one from here to Lunga, and the other one from here to Nairobi. Apart from the entry point, the port entry of Moi International Airport, the port itself, and at some other small ports where these drugs are being sneaked on. But Your Excellency, I keep on wondering, a city with 3 main roads is becoming difficult to handle because there is no willingness at the port of entry. If you look at Lunga, those who are manning that point, they don't have the facilities. The sniffer dogs, you cannot detect drugs without a machine. At the port itself, I remember I did a story on the 6.4 billion cocaine that was seized in Malindi. They used to go with a speedboat inside the ocean and pick it there from the ships and then come and distribute all over. Your Excellency, this is doable. And I'm happy because my good friend Waziri is here. The beauty with the two, the PS and Waziri Internal Security, they are quiet men. They don't talk, but they walk, they talk. And we have seen what they have done all over the country. And Your Excellency, it is easy to win this war if we connect the dots of intelligence by listening and acting. Amongst ourselves are good officers. In every market, Waswahili wanasema, kila soko haikosi mwenda wazimu. We might have small officers, a few numbers, who are not willing to play along and make sure that we protect this country. Look at Singapore and Malaysia. I am a member of parliament, but there's a day I went there for benchmarking. And I started shaking 10 minutes to the landing because of the document that they give it to you and tell you that if you are arrested with even 1 roll of marijuana, it's life imprisonment. In other countries, you will be hanged. I will quote Malcolm X. This is for you, Professor. Malcolm X said, sometimes we have to pick up the gun to put the gun down. In this case, the coming generation to enjoy their lives. Today, Your Excellency, you will be visiting Nyali constituency. Of course, you are in Nyali constituency, but you will be going to another ward called Freer Ward. It is clean. It is the base and hub of those addicts. But today it is clean because you are coming. If you leave today in the evening, more than 1,000 will be there. Nakada should pull up their socks. I've heard you saying about some areas in Mombasa. That is your own opinion, Paul. You need to ask us, the leaders, and we will tell you where the problem is. You haven't mentioned Nyali, Mkomani, Shauri Yako, Majengo Mapya. You haven't mentioned where I have problem. And now we had a problem of hard drugs. Now we have another problem coming in big time. The liquor issue. This is the only county that operates that the bars are allowed to sell alcohol 6 in the morning when children are going to school. There's an area called Bamburi Vescon in Nyali. Bars are operating 24 hours. There is a law in this country and the laws must be adhered to. Children are no longer going to school. They are getting inside there. That is why you see we have a lot of issues. Vijana na mapanga, Kibokoni, Nyali, Likoni, Kisauni, everywhere. And this can be done. We can wipe out if you want to. The officers also. You know, I'm an officer myself. I've been with them in some difficult terrains during my days as a journalist. There are those officers who are willing to work hard, but they are also under pressure from their seniors. They will receive calls and be told, drop that thing. I am not a lawyer, Your Excellency, but I think, and I stand to be guided, we should have the office of the ODPP closer to the stations. Because sometimes these good police officers, men and women, do all they can, arrest these drug lords, but majority of them will just say, let us offload them. 24 hours thing. They are so not supposed to be in court, and then they are taken to court. But they haven't captured it properly the way it is supposed to be done. That is why sometimes the courts looks at how the case has been filed and throw it out. So we must have a strategic way of making sure ukifikishwa pale kotini hakuna kurudi nyuma. Your Excellency, these people are known. And they live a posh life. When I saw Nakada doing some raids ya shisha hapa Nyali, I was very happy. Because shishas are not sold on the sides of the streets. They are sold in bungalows, main house, half an acre house. Shisha, prostitution, chewing of mira, mogoka, another problem that we have nowadays. Schools, people are now building bars near schools. People are building bars near mosques. Who is giving them these licenses? The county must also pull up its socks. I know you want money, but consider the children of this great country of ours before you give her the licenses. When I was in the media, I used to say that when the police go and raid somewhere after we have highlighted a story, I used to say it's all about the show of the uniform. Please, Nakada, don't stop. Don't stop because people are happy here. Go now to Bamburi Vescon, raid all those areas and make sure they follow the laws of this country, that all the bars in this country must be open at around 5. And those officers who mess up, those officers who are corrupt, I agree with you, Your Excellency, Waziri, they should not be transferred. They should be fired on the spot. You cannot transfer corruption to another county. Let's deal with those who are not performing and also deal with those who are performing. Hawa watu ni wangwana sana, ni watu wazuri hao officers. Hata wao wako na shida zao. Ni sharti pia hawa wasikizwe ili waweze kupata motisha na nguvu ya kupigana na dawa za kulevya. With this meeting, Your Excellency, I believe by the time we are done, we want to see boots on the ground, so that we can be able to save this generation. Hii kitu, Your Excellency, imezidi sana. Ni kubwa sana. Watoto mazezeta. You see a young man sleeping while standing in the streets of Mombasa and he can't fall. Where do they get these drugs? The entry point are those that I've mentioned when I started my conversation here with you guys. We can do it. In my last term, in my first term as a member of parliament, I passed a bill, Mheshimiwa Kithure Kindiki, it is there, the drugs and psychotropic substances. And the former president appended his signature in it. There was an issue of cash bail or bond. You arrest a drug baron with cocaine worth 300 million. He gets a bond of 500,000. He can afford. But now we have changed. We have given you the opportunity to share their property. We have given you the opportunity that if they write any property under their children, you take it, because there is no class 6 boy or a form 1 boy who can afford a bungalow worth 100 million. Take it. It belongs to the government of Kenya. Turn those houses into rehabilitation centers and heal the nation. I am an angry man because I know what the drugs have done to my people. And this should come to an end. In the next meeting that we are going to have, let us celebrate the results. Hawa watu si wa kubembeleza. Ni watu wa kulima msumari kwa nyundo. Ukiona unagonga. Kwa sababu they are making a lot of money and they are destroying the youths of this country. Your Excellency, nikiendelea hivi sana nitaongea. Allow me now to be able to invite my colleagues, and because of time I'll go per county, but allow me to start with our deputy leader of majority, Kubaya, the landman. Karibu sana.
Our Deputy President, and I would like to recognize the protocols established. And Mbunge wa Nyali, I like your zeal. I think when Mombasa has a leader like, Mombasa County has a leader like Mohammed Ali, drugs will not reach Kilifi. So I wish you well. I wish you well in your journey.